Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You are now tuned in to the TKB Report. I'm your host, K. Langevine, and today's guest, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You are now tuned in with the TKB Report, and I am your host, K. Langevine, and today's guest. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You are now tuned in to the TKB Report. I'm your host, K. Langevine, and today's guest, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Tuned In with the TKB Report. I'm your host, K. Langevine, and today's guest, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You are now tuned in to the TKB Report, and I'm your host, K. Langevine, and today's guest is a true OG, but with this brother right here, this brother has been in the game for 3 decades. He has made it his business to take it to another world. He's graced the stage with every comedian that you can imagine. A friend to the show, fellow Newark native, a Hall of Famer, dedicated mother, friend, and sister. She is one of the most innovative and creative designers in the business. Is one of New Jersey's finest entertainers. He's been in the game for quite some time. Even though the brother looked like he's still in high school, he's far removed from it. He's been spinning on the ones and twos for a minute, tied to some of hip-hop culture's cornerstones, if you will. He was a finalist on Pretty Lou Turn the Table DJ show, and if you haven't checked it out, you got to at Pretty Lou 11, I believe it is. He's been putting the show together. It's like the American Idol for DJs. And this brother right here, my guest tonight, he made it to the finals. You know what I mean? Seriously putting Jersey on his back, and in doing so, putting Jersey on the map. Is one of Jersey's own, on his way to legendary status. Came up through the ranks from Irvington. You know, this brother came up from the GK Knights to, I believe, Bailey Elliott High School. Yeah. And then he went on to college, ended up in the league. Every little kid's dream. Went through some trials and tribulations, but he's on his way back. Is a comedic maestro, if you will. Oh. This brother has got over 3,650 days in the comedy game. This brother has withstood the test of time. He's transitioned and pivoted into other ways to stay relevant. Started the Ty Rainey podcast. He does a breakfast social with other comedians where he invites them into his house and tries not to kill him with his cooking. This brother has graced the stage most recently with the likes of comedy royalty, Marlon Wayans of the Wayans family. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome comedian extraordinaire, Mr. Freddie Ricks, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Freddie Ricks, to the TKB Report Tuned In. She is the founder of Revamp by Me. Ladies and gentlemen, the TK is proud to present Ms. Monica Ellis. So ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my good friend, you know what I mean, the good brother, DJ J Smooth is in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the show, Mr. Kareem Huggins. I'm talking about none other than comedian extraordinaire, Ty Rainey.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me, man. Honored to be here, like you said. Right? And so, I grew up, you know, under some real OGs. So I kind of missed the T Connection and all that, and I was in the fever, you know, at a underage age. You know, I was at Disco Fever, the Hilltop.
By me being at peace and then just not allowing like negative people or negative thoughts into my space, that allows me to be able to take on a lot of roles. But you know, once confusion and distractions and stuff come in, it's that I have to try to find what type of what could bring me or what can allow me to handle those roles. And the only thing that I can say personally that works for me was just being at peace.
Well, I'm the engineer for the show. I make everything sound amazing on that show.
What's the show?
That is the Awesome 2 show every Friday, 8 p.m. on Scratch Vision Radio.
Okay, so here go another part of the floss, right? Scratch Vision. Scratch Vision comes from
DJ Scratch.
DJ Scratch.
Yeah.
Talk about who DJ Scratch is. DJ Scratch is to the coach.
Legendary DJ who is amazing, and he's been in this thing for a very long time.
Talk about who he affiliated with.
He's affiliated with everybody.
You know, they got physical, like abuse. Like, I went to that hill, and that hill relieved some of the things that, because it's like, if I get to this hill, it's gonna help me get to the NFL. If I get to this hill, I can relieve. I ran up the hill in tears. Like, it relieved some things, and it added something. It added it added some fire. It added speed. It added strength. It added.
Oh, well, you know, you gotta have a sense of humor, especially about yourself. You know, I think self-deprecation actually takes the pressure off the crowd sometimes. You know, like, oh, he's talking about his flaws, or he sees it like we see it. You know, like, yeah, I got a big ass forehead. Like, yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to talk about the obvious and just be comfortable with who you are. I'm comfortable with who I am, you know, so it doesn't bother me. If we can laugh or we can, you know, laugh at it, then let's laugh at it.